Okay, so we are learning reflexive verbs, both at idiomatic meaning, and basically, if you're familiar with what an idiom is, it's a phrase where when you say it, everyone knows what you mean, but it doesn't mean exactly what those words mean individually. So an easy example is the phrase like "cat got your tongue." So yeah, no one thinks there's this tiny little cat in your mouth with these tiny little paws holding your tongue so you can't talk. No one thinks that. Everyone knows it just means like for some reason you just can't come up with the words today. So you're gonna see like a verb phrase, and you're gonna see, like you might even recognize that verb and think, okay, I know that verb and it means this, but they kind of take on a little bit of a different meaning. But they are reflexive verbs. They still conjugate like a reflexive verb. The only difference is, with all of these, you're not doing the action to yourself. Remember how with reflexive verbs, it's like je me lave, you wash yourself. Je me brosse les cheveux, you brush your own hair. All these you don't do to yourself, but they are still reflexive verbs. So that's already part of the weirdness to them, if you will. Okay, so the first one, and only feel like you have to write them down if you don't know them. There's a few we already know. The first one is s'amuser. S'amuser. And s'amuser means to have fun. So again, it doesn't exactly involve yourself. You're just having fun. S'amuser. Okay, next we have s'appeler. You should recognize this verb. To be called. Like je m'appelle is the conjugation that you learn like the first week of French 1. But you're not saying I call myself. You're just saying I'm called and your name, or my name is. So s'appeler, another example. Next, we have s'arrêter. S'arrêter. And that is to stop. To stop, which is s'arrêter. This next one is going to take you a little bit more time to write down because I wrote the present conjugation with it. It is s'asseoir. So I'll give you a little more time on this one. But just so you know how you say all these, it's je m'assieds, tu t'assieds, il s'assied, nous nous asseyons, vous vous asseyez, il s'assied. Do you recognize the vous form? If I said asseyez-vous, sit down. So s'asseoir is to sit down. So that one conjugates very differently. So I'll give you a minute to get it down. Okay, next one I'll just kind of move on because you're getting there. The next one is se dépêcher. Se dépêcher.
So s'asseoir.
So s'asseoir is to sit down. Se dépêcher. Anyone have a guess what that one means?
To peach.
No. Se dépêcher is to hurry. But for some reason, I always think of the band Depeche Mode.
Oh, they're so good.
And, but I guess it's like hurry mode, if you were to kind of translate the band title. Okay, so we're done with s'asseoir. So that is se dépêcher. Okay, next we've got se détendre. Se détendre. And se détendre is to relax. And that again is se détendre. Next one, se disputer avec. And this one's really easy to figure out. To argue with, you know, and you put the person's name. So to dispute with someone or to argue with someone. Se disputer. Next, we've got s'énerver. S'énerver. And this one, you could probably make a connection. What English words are right in the middle? Nerve. So it's to like become upset, to get worked up. Usually someone gets on your nerves. They are making you upset. They're getting you all worked up. So that is s'énerver. I've heard the phrase a lot, ça m'énerve. So if you're saying like that, like bothers me or upsets me, ça m'énerve. That bugs me. Okay, next one is s'ennuyer. You might be able to guess this because you know ennui or ennuyer. So it's to get bored. S'ennuyer, to get bored. S'ennuyer. Next we've got bien s'entendre avec. Bien s'entendre avec. This is on the AP list of vocabulary in 2 different chapters actually. So if you just get it now, you'll be ahead of the game. So bien s'entendre avec means to get along well with, and you would put the person. So again, bien means well, so, and you already know avec is with, so if you see that, you might be able to think of well, with, and get there. Bien s'entendre avec. Okay, next is s'inquiéter. S'inquiéter. And I remember a trick for myself to remember this one is you see the word quiet in the middle, and the verb means to worry. And like for me, my little connection is when I worry about something, I usually get really quiet because I'm just like thinking about it and poring over it in my head a lot. So that's how I kind of initially remembered this for myself. So s'inquiéter is to worry. Okay, next one, this is super easy. S'intéresser à. Have you guessed what that one means? To be interested in. S'intéresser à. So to be interested in. Next one, se mettre à. So this one's tricky. It doesn't exactly go with the meaning of mettre. Se mettre à is to begin to. Mettre means to put. So to kind of translate this to work for you is like to put yourself like on the job of doing this, or on the task of doing this. Se mettre à.
What's the meaning?
To begin to. To begin to. Se mettre à. Next one still has se mettre en colère. So, se mettre en colère. I'm trying to think if there's an English word that's like colère. So se mettre en colère is to become angry. To become angry. Se mettre en colère. I can't think of it. Can you guys think of any English words like colère that kind of go with angry? I was thinking there might be a cognate, but
Thesaurus.
yeah, I'll have to look it up. We'll see. All right, this one you've already seen before, I'm pretty sure. S'occuper de, to be busy with. S'occuper de. And they also have it as to take care of. So it can mean both. So s'occuper de, the non-idiomatic version, is to be busy with, but s'occuper de is to take care of. I guess if you're taking care of something, you could be busy with that. So you could kind of make a connection too. But to take care of. You hear like je m'occupe de mes enfants, like I'm taking care of my kids. Yeah.
The word in here is like choleric for angry.
Choleric for
Because I
angry.
spelled the CA stuff.
Oh, okay.
Counts if you would.
Yeah, well that's close. That's closer than we have. Awesome, thank you. Okay, so prepare the next one. So se prepare, pretty easy, I would think. What do you think it means? To prepare or to get ready. If you're preparing for something, you get ready. So it's the same idea. Se prepare. This one I don't think you'll have to write down. Do you know what se promener means?
Walk.
To go for a walk. So that's se promener. I'll leave it there for one more sec though. Okay. Next one, se rendre compte. Se rendre compte. This one does not look like anything that it actually means. This one you just have to memorize. Se rendre compte de or que, and it means to realize. To realize. Se rendre compte. Bookies.
What is rendre?
Rendre just by itself is usually to return.
What does compte mean?
Here it's kind of put together. Yeah, it's not really used by itself that much here. Put together and means something totally different. It's a true idiom. Okay, almost done here. 3 more. Se reposer. So se reposer is to rest. Yes. Se reposer. To rest. This next one you might not have to write down. Se souvenir de.
Safe.
To remember. If you think a souvenir, yeah, to remember the trip. You know, if you're in Hawaii, you might buy some sandals, a hula skirt, coconut bra, seashells. So that's a souvenir, is to remember the trip. So se souvenir de is to remember. Okay. Second to last one. Se tromper. So se tromper.
Song.
If no, it's to be mistaken.
Oh, looks like you were mistaken.
Yeah. So it sounds a little, whenever I hear it in French, I always feel like it sounds a little harsh, but it's really not at all. If you want to say like you're mistaken, you're wrong, a polite way to do it is actually to trompe. To trompe. And when I always hear it, I always like get taken aback for a sec, but it's actually really polite. To trompe. So, anyways, you're mistaken. And then the last one here is se trouver, which what does trouver by itself mean? To find. So se trouver is kind of close. Se trouver is to be located. So like you can find it there. It's located there. So normally you use it with like a geographical location, like In-N-Out Burger, Satruve, Sur La Rue, Stockdale Highway. Yeah. So those are the idiomatic reflexive verbs.